The third domain is organizational ergonomics. Organizational ergonomics concerned with the optimization of socio-technical systems, including their organizational structure, policies, and process. People work together. We don't usually work alone. For example, usually two pilots fly an airplane. In the operation room, we see a group of medical doctors, nurses, and medical professionals. They work together. In the control room of a nuclear power plant, a group of engineers, staff working in a room. That's why we need organizational ergonomics. We don't just focus on one individual and the machine and the system. We focus on a group of people in an organization or in organizations working together. So the relevant topics include communication. I think communication is quite interesting. For example, there was a survey studied communication between medical doctors and nurses. The results from the medical doctor sides said communication very well. Medical doctors think communication between us and nurses very well. We say things, they understand. They say things, we understand. But the survey showed when you ask the nurses said the communication not so good. The medical doctors thought communication is good, but we don't think that good. You know what? I am thinking if I want to do the survey for professors and their students, I guess if you talk to professors, they will say, oh, communication between us and students, quite well. When you talk to students, who knows? We may have different answers. But what the answer is not important. The important is communication is certainly an important issue for ergonomics, for organizational ergonomics. And there are other relevant topics like crew resource management, work design, design of working times, team working, participatory design, cooperative work, virtual organization, and quality management as well. There are many topics, there are many organizational ergonomics topics, particularly about safety. We need more than technology to keep people safe. In many occasions, the main reason of accidents is human error. To error is human. And we're not talking about just one individual making errors. Sometimes the error could be organizational. And ergonomics is also organizational. For example, human-centered design should be organizational. Human-centered design involves users throughout the design and development life cycle. Human-centered design involves understanding users tasks, understanding the environment. It has to be organizational. Human-centered design can be organizational because human-centered design actively involves users. And human-centered design needs iteration of design solutions. And many design teams are multidisciplinary, meaning the design teams have members with different backgrounds. So the essential user-centered design activities include understand and specify the context of use, specify the user and organizational requirements. Again, not just one individual user, not just one individual's height, one individual's weight, one individual's device, one individual's computer. We need to understand the organizational requirements. And essential user-centered design activities also include design solutions, prototyping, and evaluation designs with users' participation. Take one more example. There are good designs and bad designs around us. I'm not sure if this is a good design or a bad design. It's your call. This is a traffic sign. This is a real traffic sign in Beijing, near Xizhimen. Basically, if you go on this direction from south to the north, if you want to turn right to the east, you have to go on circle, 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 and circle, and finally go this way. We don't have enough time to explain how come people design such kind of a system. But the science tells us it's quite difficult to make this right turn. And it's in the real world. So next time if you visit Beijing, if you drive, you can try this. Try to see how you can tell your direction after 1 circle, 2 circles, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very difficult. It's real. It's there. It is still there. There are many reasons of this design. Again, good design or bad design, it's your call. If we have a chance to redesign a system, how do you think? How do you suggest we to do? So why do we need human-centered design? Because our environment, our system, or our products, they're supposed to be designed user-friendly or easily for people. But in the real world, we find out sometimes the environment, the products, some systems are not so user-friendly, are not so easy to use. And sometimes some products not designed with an understanding of what we do, of who we are. Designers need to know how to think in terms of users' tasks and how to translate the knowledge into a system. It is not intuitive or easy to design consistent, robust system. And if we design user interface, we don't want to plug in the user interface in the last minute. We want to think about interaction from the very beginning. And design user interface is not just to design pretty, a good-looking interface. Any user interface should support users' tasks, and the tasks what users really do. And also, don't forget, forgive the careless mistakes. Again, to err is human. That is why we need people from different areas in human-centered design, in such an organizational activities. So people with psychology background, people study ergonomics, also people from sociology, technology, computer science, engineering, business, or people from different areas can all join the team, can all contribute to human-centered design.